Rattle! Rattle! One, two! Rattle! One, two, three! Ready, rattle! 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 Give up! Ready, rattle! 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 Give up! Give up! Rattle! Ah! One, two! Rattle! Give up! Ready, wrestle! Wrestle! One, two! Break! Wrestle! Give up! Wrestle! Give up! Ready, wrestle! Wrestle! One, two! One, two, three! Ready, wrestle! One, two! One, two! One, two! Rattle. 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 One, two, three! Ready, rattle! 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 Break! One, two! Rattle! 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 One, two, three! Ready, rattle! And wrestle. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Wrestle. Wrestle. 1, 2. Give up. Wrestle. Give up. Ah! Ah! Wrestle. Give up. Get wrestle. Ah! Wrestle. 1, 2, 3. Ready, wrestle. 1, 1. Here. Wrestle. 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 1, 2, 3. Ready, wrestle!